Hello there, and welcome to the February 2025 John Twolfe shareholder meeting. Please come in, take a seat. Remember to sign the sign-in sheet, and I hope you brought your own snacks because we will not be providing any. It was not in the budget. Before we get started, just wanted to show off my snack. It's a Rise Fuel Energy Arctic Mavberry flavor. This was part of Rise Fuel's collaboration with the Dallas Mavericks, a team that used to be my favorite basketball team, but is now dead to me because last night they traded Luka Doncic, their star basketball player, suddenly to the LA Lakers. And so I am enraged about this, and I want to get anything that's Dallas Mavericks branded out of my home because it's no longer welcome here. So anyone out there who's a Dallas Mavericks fan, just so you know, I am suffering with you. They traded away a guy that was on pace to be the highest scoring basketball player of all time for pennies and Anthony Davis, and no one understands it. All right. That was a fun little bit of editorializing. So if you've never been to a shareholder meeting before, let me just explain how it works. Basically, these are monthly meetings where we go over what's been uploaded to the channel in the last month, what will be uploaded to the channel in the next month, which, spoiler alert, not much, and just general plans, past, present, and future. And also just what I'm thinking about the channel, basically just a little status update. So, because we're checking in on your investment of time and energy into John Twolfe, and we take it very seriously here at John Twolfe Enterprises. So we're going to start off by checking in on what's been uploaded the past month. Actually, no, before we do that, I've talked about this at the last few shareholder meetings, so hopefully if you've been attending, you're aware of this. But this is the month. Yep. In just a few weeks, between 2, 3, and 4 weeks, oh, who knows? We're obscuring his birthday to keep it private, but Kimmy and I are expecting our second child. Thank you so much. Thank you. But what this means is that, it's a big life change for us. It means that I will not be uploading anything on this channel from about mid-February to early April is the plan. I'm going to be taking a month and a half off solid from making new videos so I can concentrate on helping Kimmy because she'll be recovering and helping my daughter adjust to having a new sibling and helping our son adjust to his new life outside of the womb. So it's going to be a lot. And so I didn't want anything hanging around the back of my head of like, oh, what about uploading, I don't know, a video. I didn't want that hanging around the back of my head. So I was like, you know what? A month and a half. No, don't expect anything. There may be videos that go up here and there over the course of the next month and a half, but they will be pre-recorded from like around now-ish time. So there may still be videos that go up, but they're not new videos. They were recorded before. So, I realize that saying this in every shareholder meeting doesn't mean that there won't be people that come in when there has been no video for 3 weeks and are like, is he dead? But that's fine. Just if you've been paying attention, this should keep you updated and keep your expectations abreast, I guess. All right. Now that we're done talking about breasts, let's check out what has been happening on the channel in the last month. Which actually this should be a pretty quick segment. Let's go to everything that happened since the last shareholder meeting when I was apparently eating Ritz crackers. Okay, I went through a little Ritz phase there. So we've been uploading Red Dead Redemption 2. We have concluded the main story, no spoilers, but we're still going. I am toying around with the idea of 100%ing the game. I'm not sure exactly how many videos will be remaining, but My goal is to try to finish Red Dead 2 officially before the new baby gets here. That is the plan. So, this has been a great playthrough. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you everybody who's been watching. I did notice a little bit of a drop off after part 31, but I think anyone that has been watching understands why. Some people kind of just, in their minds, the game ends there, right? But it keeps going, and we've been having a good time still playing it. So thank you everybody who's been sticking around for the true end. We'll see if we can make that happen fairly quickly. As well as I started playing Astrobot, which has been a great wholesome time, and people have been really enjoying that, having a good time watching as well. I actually got a lot of people to buy the game, surprisingly. I have like part 2, part 3. I got a lot of comments that were just like, I just bought the game, thank you. And so I love seeing stuff like that. There are 2 videos remaining, part 7 and 8. I've been done with the game for weeks now. I've been waiting to catch up on other stuff to upload in between, which later today there will be a new Easy Small video, so I'll get to that in a minute. But then Astrobot should be coming, in the next 2 days afterwards. I just didn't want to upload them back to back because I've had experience with people getting annoyed about that if they're not watching that playthrough. So I don't want to be sensitive to that. But Astrobot, great game, done with it. We'll be finishing that up, and hopefully this week we'll post the final video. And then there's Easy Small, which is my group that I have with Gab Smolders, Cinnlebeats, and Gary the Hot Cross. And we've been actually recording a lot more lately. We used to record every Wednesday. Now we record every Wednesday and Friday. We record twice a week now, so that's really fun. As a result, we've been doing that a little bit more. We've been uploading a little bit more content. We played Sketchy's Contract a couple more times. Played Kletka. Revisited that one. We checked out Murky Divers, which was a really fun experience. We checked out Dark Hours, which is an early access. And if you are wanting to watch more Easy Small, there's an Easy Small playlist, as well as there's a little badge, a little Easy Small badge. A lot of people noticed it on Dark Hours for the first time, which is interesting. But it's just something I made like one afternoon. I was like, okay, we'll have some sort of way to delineate them. Yeah, here we go. Here's the Easy Small playlist. It's not in exact chronological order, but I kind of try to organize it by game a little bit, like game update, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's not in clear chronological order, but you can view it in this order and basically get the gist, I guess, if that makes sense. I didn't want to start with the oldest video anyway, but you can at least like jump around there if you want to see more Easy Small. And there will be a new Easy Small video today for Zort, a highly requested game. So that is everything that we've done in the past month. One thing I wanted to mention, sometimes with the Easy Small stuff, I get people being like complaining that it's multiplayer stuff. They say my friends are annoying, they shout a lot, yada yada yada. I just want to let you know, if you say things like that, I banned you. I have a zero tolerance policy for people talking badly about my friends, and I'm just not going to tolerate it anymore. So if you say things like that and you're serious, you're gone. If you leave a comment that's like joking around with us, like say we do something, something kind of foolhardy in the video, and it's comedic and you're laughing and you're having a good time, and you decide to crack a little joke about it, that's totally fine. But if you come in all serious with your shoulders all square and you're like, I don't like Easy Small videos, well, I don't like you. I feel like I have been tolerating people talking badly about my friends in multiplayer videos for too long. I used to just let it slide. I was like, freedom of speech, I'll just ignore it. But no, you know what? I'm banning them so they can never comment again because it'll annoy me. A lot of people that leave comments like that, they don't just leave one. They leave one every time there's a new video. And I was already seeing that. Just serial commenters, every time there's a new upload of something they don't like, there they are. Bam. I don't like this. Well, I just can't deal with that every single time it happens, Can't, because I look at the comments too much. I admit it. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll talk about the end of the year shareholder meeting in a moment. But like I said in that shareholder meeting, it's kind of the reason I do these videos is to look at the feedback and have a fun time, fun positive time, reading people's reactions to the stuff I get up to in the videos. And if I didn't look at them, then there'd be no point. I might as well just be gaming on my own, and I would just stop uploading to the channel. So with that in mind, I am sensitive to the comments, but there's good reason for it, and I don't view it as like something I need to work on or anything. I view it as, just I care, I guess. And so yeah, all that to say, if you say something like that if you say anything bad about Sinnoh or Gab or Gary, you're just gone, and that's the end of it. So, where was I? Things got a little intense there. Let's bring it down a bit. So for the next month, my plans are to finish up Red Dead 2, finish up Astrobot, which that should be done the next week, and then we'll keep uploading Easy Small. We're actually having a big recording session on Friday where we're going to be doing a big batch recording ahead of time so we can still upload stuff while the new baby's here. And other than that, I don't have really any plans to do anything else for early to mid-February. At the end of year shareholder meeting, I stated my plan to no longer upload indie horror one-shots to the channel. And it was just because it was reminding me too much of how the main channel used to be. Everybody's like so serious, and there's just this annoying vocal minority that's just, they're only there for like the gameplay for some weird reason, or they're only there to like, I don't know, I guess hate watch me or whatever. And so I was getting kind of that vibe a little bit on this channel on the indie horror one-shots, and only those videos. The Easy Small stuff, Red Dead 2, Baldur's Gate 3, all the little playthroughs that I've done throughout the year. It's like 99% of the comments have been great. Been people just chilling, vibing, enjoying the jokes and just having a good time. And then it's like I get a completely different vibe, completely different audience from the indie horror one-shots. It's like all of a sudden the vibe's just more serious. And I just didn't appreciate that. I was like, I don't really need to like tolerate that anymore, I guess. And so, like I said, I am sensitive. And so, if I get like a troll comment that's just like, it's called Accutane, bro, go see a dermatologist, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But if I get a comment that is like, I've enjoyed your stuff for years, but I really did not like how you played this game, that's where I'm like, oh man, that sucks to read, So it's not trolls that I'm talking about. It's people that like, you think they just are well-intentioned people, maybe. They're just like, it really bummed me out that you didn't 100% this Amanda the Adventurer. And I'm trying not to, it is a little funny though. But of course there's trolls in there too, and it just kind of is a fun sucker a little bit. But I expressed these things in the shareholder meeting, and I fully intended, this was not like a publicity stunt or anything. I fully intended on like scaling back or completely stopping indie horror one-shots. And I hadn't uploaded any this past month, and I, was feeling fine about that for the most part. But I did get over 700 comments on the shareholder meeting, and the overwhelming majority of them were from people that were like, please don't stop doing that. The vocal minority doesn't represent all of us. And a lot of people were like, I've never commented before, but, I usually just vibe and chill. And, I like the stuff that you do, and please don't stop doing it. And so, I've been rethinking it. I didn't respond to any of the comments, but I did, because there were just so many. But I did read all of them, and I was like, I'll just talk about it in the next shareholder meeting. So I have, upon further reflection, I will continue to do some indie horror solo content this next year, probably starting in April when I come back from Bebe. But I will still do some. I have some games I'm interested in playing, come the time. So, just thank you everybody who commented and made your opinion known, and that, hey, I actually want to see that. So please stop doing that. Because like I said in the last video, it's like, it's not only were people more serious on the indie horror one-shots, but like comment rate was way down, lower than Red Dead 2 and stuff, which would get like, a fourth of the views, but more comments. And so I kind of took that to mean that like people just weren't that interested, but I guess it's just a different type of interest. People get really into a long story game that has like really deep characters and that you can get really emotionally attached to. So they have more to talk about than, no, I'm not human. Just kind of like a thing that plops you in and is just like, why don't you figure out what to do in this horror scenario? There's just not as much to talk about with that, I guess. So, thank you everybody who left comments on the last shareholder meeting. I read you loud and clear, and I do plan on bringing that content back, once I come back. It's a little too soon this month to do it because I've just got some stuff I need to wrap up. But I will come back in April and start doing some of that stuff again. A lot of people have asked specifically about 3 random horror games. And I do owe you guys a 3 random horror games video. I haven't forgotten from a charity stream last year where it was a reward, actually. And I also said I would do it in October, but I think I got over ambitious in October where I was like, I'm going to play a PS2 horror game and upload Gabriel Knight 2. And I'm going to upload Silent Hill 2 and all these other games. But yeah, I will come back and start doing some more of that stuff. And we'll see if we can work in a random horror games video as well. All right. Well, that was pretty much everything I wanted to say for the shareholder meeting. There will be no March shareholder meeting. The next one will be for April. Oh, I do need to mention something, actually. Oh, boy. Okay, so I should have said this in the last one. I just forgot. And I almost forgot again. But for those of you that have been following the Spine Chill podcast, that podcast has officially ended. I posted on the Spine Chill Twitter a few months ago with our statement. I posted about it, announced it in the Spine Chill Discord, but some of you are not in the Discord and you're not on Twitter, so you wouldn't know. But so I made a pinned comment on the last Spine Chill episode saying the same thing. But it has officially ended after 55 episodes, which I think to the 4 of us wasn't a huge surprise. I will say that, just what we said in the statement, it's just due to increased scheduling conflicts. Part of that is my issue, with the new baby coming. I was going to have less free time, but, it ended even before that, right? So we were just having other scheduling conflicts, and it just wasn't really coming together. We were recording a lot less frequently. We used to record on a weekly basis, and then it became every other week, and then it became like every 3 weeks, and then it was like we did one a month. And so it was kind of, losing steam slowly over the months, and it just all kind of came to a head, and we just decided to end it, which is a bummer. I'm not going to say it's a failed podcast, but it is the 3rd podcast that I've hosted that had to, just kind of unceremoniously end, which sucks. But I don't think I'll be doing a group podcast again in the future. I have no plans to do that. So possibly a solo podcast. I did have my influenza experiment that I did that I've been thinking about possibly going back to, but we'll see. But yeah, no more Spine Chill. There are 55 episodes if you'd ever like to go back and watch any of them. But yeah, it is a bummer, and I meant to mention it in the last shareholder meeting, but I figured I definitely need to do this one because it's going to be the last one until April. So yeah, if you were wondering, that's what happened. I've got a link to the tweet and the pinned comment on episode 55. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and tuning in to Spine Chill. It was fun while it lasted, and I'm happy that we got to do it. So yeah, thank you everybody for attending this shareholder meeting. Make sure you sign the sign out sheet. It's different than the sign in sheet. The two separate sheets, they're on opposite sides of the room. So one's near the exit, one's near the entrance, right? So, but we need to make sure that you signed in and signed out. We don't want any of you spending the night here.